Hi, I'm Laura of Golden Willow Healing, and this is your August 2026 month ahead reading. I am a Reiki master teacher. I'm also a divination practitioner utilizing tarot, runes, and the Akashic records, as well as crystals. And I am a restorative yoga and yoga nidra teacher. So today we are going to be diving into the energies of August 2026 utilizing cards. We've got tarot and some oracle decks that I will introduce as I use them. I'm also going to be referencing my handy dandy Llewellyn's Witches Date book to keep myself on track with the dates. And I'll be doing an overall month ahead, and then we'll get some guidance for each week. Now, historically, I get lost in the sauce when it comes to the astrology because I'm not an astrologer, but I like layering that as a guiding tool for my practice, right? I have to let that go for these readings. But all I'm going to say is August is jam packed, as many months are, with astrological happenings. So if that's important guidance to you, get thee to an astrologer. Today, we will be using the Vinder Tarot deck, one of my faves, and also some guidance from the Death Doula Oracle deck. Sometimes the name feels freaky to folks. It's gorgeous. This deck is not freaky. Don't be freaked out. And then the Take Good Care Oracle deck. Okay, amazing. I'm going to start to shuffle, and you are going to settle yourself. Start to connect to the breath, knowing that your body knows the kind of breath it needs to settle in. I'm also going to drop my deck while you do that. I like a little in through the nose, out through the mouth, with a nice elongated exhale. But you might find a sigh helps you settle in today. Okay. We have overall guidance for the month. I've pulled 3 cards. Okie dokie. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, and the 10 of Cups. I lied to you. The 9 of Cups. Oh, we're starting off great. The 9 of Cups right side up. Okay, my friends. So at first with these reversals, I do read reversals. I don't view them as inherently negative or scary or the opposite of the card or anything like that. I actually think the energy of the card stays the same. We are interacting with it slightly differently. And I do feel like in this case, perhaps we're experiencing a bit of a disconnect overall, or we might, ooh, I hate this language, but I'm going to say it. Come with me on this journey. We might need to fight for our connection to these cards. I am also of the school of thought that court cards represent an aspect of a person in our lives or an aspect of ourselves. And in this case, for these communal type readings, social media type readings, I actually think it's relating to you. But again, in any sort of communal reading situation, take it with a grain of salt. And if you want personalized guidance, you can book a session with me through my website. I see folks in person in the SF Bay area, East Bay, or online. Okay, getting into it. I think in August we might need to fight for our connection to these cards. The 7 of Pentacles. Let's flip her up, right, just so we can get a sense of the gorgeous imagery of this deck. This is a card of abundance, cornucopia. We are coming out of the 5, coming out of the 6, coming out of that contraction, coming out of the maybe I can start to give. We're in the 7. We think I've got extra here, but do I believe it? Do I believe this abundance to be true? And I think that that is kind of a theme in some of the 7s, right? Around our ability to see the truth of the situation. And so in the 7 of Pentacles, every time it's come up for me, it is true. There is abundance. We are out of the 5. We are out of the 6. We can start to trust it. I think we might have to fight for that a little bit in August. And this also requires us to take stock of the abundance around us that maybe we're not being grateful for. Sorry, I said it, but the universe is not going to give us more if we are not appreciating what we have. Abundance requires all sorts of things. It requires specificity. I actually really believe it requires us to be in search of abundance so we can be of better use to the world. It's just stupid. Sorry, it's 2026. Look around at the state of things. It is foolish and selfish and downright bummer, bummer time, stinky bummer time for us to just be like, I want, I want, I want. That doesn't mean we don't have desires. That doesn't mean we don't take care of ourselves, but we have to move past the I. We've done the me long enough. Look around, it's not working. So I'm going to get off my soapbox for a moment. I'll get back on it, I'm sure. But we have to approach abundance with the idea that when our cup is full, we will give. And when our cup is not full, we will do what we can to resource ourselves. And the 7 says we do have what we need. And the reverse, we're maybe just not connecting with it. Maybe we don't believe it. We don't trust it. Start to trust it and start to be really honest about it. Pentacles are resources. They are represented usually by the image of a coin. So folks immediately associate it with money. Sure, that's involved. But what else is a resource in your life? Time, your physical body, and health. Like, I can't probably go for a 15-mile run today. I don't have the resources. My knees will not like that, right? So we have to think beyond just money. Get really clear on what a resource abundance looks like to you and tend to it. Don't go for a 15-mile run when you don't have the resources, when your knees aren't prepared for that kind of impact, right? But also trust your resources. I'm sticking with the running. I'm a runner, folks. Sorry. If you do have a 5-mile run in those knees, do it. Be abundant with it. Does that make sense? Trust your abundance of your resources and get really clear. Have a really clear relationship, an honest relationship with your resources and your abundance. And then give credit where credit is due. There is almost always, and this is not a platform in which I'm necessarily addressing systemic issues, that I'll just say that. But there is almost always something of abundance or something in our lives that we've always wanted. Yes, we will hit the lowest of lows, and if that's where you are and this feels really distant, I'm so sorry. But there is almost always something that we've always wanted. Remember when you wanted what you have. That often comes up for me in my personal life with my relationship with the 7 of Pentacles. So again, I believe the reversal here is we're not, maybe in August, we're going to have to fight for that connection a little bit. Keep it top of mind. It might not be super every moment of every day is, oh my gosh, we wake up and it's a gift and all, but we're going to look for it and then we'll really feel more connected to it. So I think our work is to flip this right side up in a way that it feels really flowing and connected. Hope that makes sense. Next, we have the Page of Cups reversed, and I love the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, pages are often, they're not younger like they're kids, but I do think that they have a really beautiful, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed energy across the suits. And the Page of Cups is such a dreamer. I mean, look, this deck is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They are imagining a world where they have whales in this fishbowl in their house, bedroom, who cares where they are. What a beautiful way to see the world, right? It is not delusion. This is an opportunity, especially in the reverse, to flip it right side up, have it flowing, flowing, flowing. Right side up, I think, is flowing. Reverse, it's not flowing for whatever reason. We need to, yes, be clear and honest with ourselves and also leave some room for some freaking miracles. There, I said it. It's cheesy. I don't care. It's true. We have to leave room for miracles. We have to have space in our heart and our minds where we believe that we can create the impossible, create the beautiful. We can see the magic. There's also a layer to this. I'm sorry, but the Page of Cups is going to stop and smell every gorgeous rose that it sees on its daily walk to get coffee. bring a little bit of that back in. That might actually help us feel a little bit more connected to abundance, because the universe will give you what you are asking for, and it will treat you in so many delicious ways that you didn't even think were a part of that abundance. And if we're not, we don't have our bright eyes open enough to see it, it's just not going to keep flowing. So I think in August we will, I mean, I'm keep using this phrase, and I don't mean it in like a really scratching, desperate way. We're gonna have to seek it out. Seek out the abundance that is there. Seek out the magic and the possibility that is there, and work a little harder than other times to stay really connected to the beauty of these cards. Ultimately, incredibly positive, right? These are also in the minor arcana, right? This is not. We'll get to the weekly guidance. Maybe we'll get some really scary stuff there. But I also like, let's keep things in perspective here. Yeah, it's a couple reversals and we'll have to try a little harder. That's not the end of the world. We also have the 9 wishes granted. Wishes granted, guys. I've lost it. Wishes granted. I don't know how much better it can get. Okay, we'll have to look and then we'll see that our wish is granted. Sorry, it's going to be an awesome month if we just try a little bit. Oh, but truly, I love the 9 of Cups, and I am going to just leave it that simply, especially for now. Your wish is granted. What do you wish? How are you going to work for it? Um, and yeah, you are going to have to work for it. We can't just make a wish and then sit in our apartment and be so surprised when it doesn't come true. But it is ready and waiting for you. Just try a little bit. Amazing. Okay, I'm loving that for us for August. Cute. Let's pull some weekly guidance. Also, so I had started recording before, and I actually wasn't recording because I am an incredible energy healer and tarot reader, but I'm dumb when it comes to technology. So I did pull this card from the Death Doula Oracle deck right before I figured out I wasn't recording earlier. And this is Abyssal Plane. Can you see it? Oh, I love this deck so much. And my thoughts on pulling this card were like, let's just get a little, let's include this in the overall themes, right? And the Abyssal Plane is a card that reminds us that sometimes things can feel lost and floaty, and sometimes we can feel like, what's the purpose? What's the point? Everything's just a little bit floating in the abyss, but there is always something to anchor with, anchor into. Always, always, always. People, places, things, beliefs, projects, whatever, anchor into it. And from those moments, we can find meaning. There's a part of this card that says, um, calls us out. Maybe that's the right word. Uh, Taps us on the shoulder and says it's actually not meaningless when we can feel like a little lost in the sauce. And I kind of love that as a layer for these cards as well. Wishes granted. Wishes granted. It's not meaningless. It's not all just floating with nothing to be tethered to. There is a point, there is a purpose. We just have to really stick with it. Hair. I'm always shedding. I don't know how there's any hair on my head. Okay, I'm loving that. It's a little it's not even intense. It just demands a little something from us, and that's okay. Let's get to our weekly guidance. So, since August starts on a Saturday, I'm pretty sure I said that I will be following a Sunday through Saturday situation, but I lied for this first week. I'm going to pull a card for the 1st through the 8th. Okay, take a breath. The Star. Again, I'm so sorry that everything's going to work out for your greatest and highest good in August. Bummer. The Star is hope, 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 hope. And I can't help but feeling it's a little bit of like the journey of the tarot itself. July to me felt a little towery. You know what I should have done? I should have watched my July reading before I started doing the August reading so I could, I don't know, bounce information off of it, but I didn't. We're raw dogging it. So there were parts of July that felt like the tower to myself and to other people. I went to a yoga class yesterday and there was, I think, I don't know, 11, 12 people in there. And like 7 of them, we did a little share at the beginning because there was a little bit of like body work stuff occurring. Uh, I wasn't teaching this class. It was somebody else. It was amazing. But of, let's say, 12 people, 8 of them were like, "Hi, my name is, and I'm here because I'm the most stressed I've ever been." So I love that we have the star. It feels like we're coming out of those tower moments. I love that we have the star here to kick us off with Lammas Lunessa as well on the first. Oh, and I'll be putting up posts about that. That's not the point of today's video. So stay tuned if that's of interest to you. That'll be on my socials. Hope, hope, hope. We've been through, usually, we've gone through something hard. We are on the other side. We are able to see the new possibilities. We are able to feel the healing of because it sucks, but there is a healing when we surrender and move through the tower. And the star is here with us saying, "You did it. You deserve a moment. You deserve this peace. You deserve this hope. Hope, hope, hope." Let's enter into August with that hope. Yes, we have work to do. We're going to have to look for some of those things. We're going to have to fight for it, like I said, for the initial overall themes. But there is still hope to be had. Bright eyes, full heart, can't lose. Serenity. I could use a little bit of that. That's nice. Okay. So that's that first week of August, layering that in, whatever. Okay, I'm going to say something crazy. And if you look up the astrology and I'm wrong, forgive me. But it really feels like this first week of August is when we're getting when we're doing the magic, and then we're going to let the magic work. We're doing our spells, we're going to let the spells work the rest of the month. So it feels like this first little bit is when we are sort of locking in. It's also the Lionsgate portal, which I believe in and I don't, all at the same time. Cool. The numbers are all the same. I don't think that's astrology. I think that's numerology. But I also love anything that gets people excited about spell work. I feel very conflicted about it. So if you feel called to do spell work on 8/8, the Lionsgate portal, they say it's real lucky. What a star moment. And if you don't, amazing. Don't do it. See how I'm like, it's amazing. It's foolish. It's all the things. It's not real, but it's awesome and great. The star is here supporting if we want to do any spell work, really leaning into the abundance of the Lionsgate portal. The next week, starting Sunday the 9th, if you're in Alameda that day, I'm actually hosting my first collaboration with Yoga Mansala here in Alameda. I'm so excited. Sunday the 9th, I'm going to be doing a 90-minute class. It is going to be Reiki, restorative yoga, yoga nidra. Check out my website, goldenwillowhealing.com, for all those juicy details. But super psyched to be kicking off the week of the 9th with that. And let's see the guidance. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands. It is time to get, my nose itches, I'm so sorry. It is time to get our energy in order. 4 is structure. Wands are raw energy, movement. The things are starting to come together. I think that spell work is starting to take form. We're also starting the eclipse season. And I promised I wouldn't get too far into astrology, but generally speaking, eclipse season is like buckle up, because the stuff that you've started to put in motion is about to just go. The universe is taking you on that roller coaster, right? And so let's get our energy in order. I do think the week of the 9th is really a time for us to say, do I have the energetic structures in place to get what I want, so that I can give other people what they need and be an impactful part of my community? But do I have the energetic structures in place to get what I want? That's another thing. We love to try to call in all these things we want so we can make the world a better place ultimately. And then we look around and we say, "Oh, I want a partner." But wait, I don't have any time or space for one. And then we don't get a partner and we're so surprised. Okay, you have to build structure for the thing. And this is from that energetic standpoint. So yeah, I'm bleeding over into some other suits here, but I do think, yes, this is organization. Yes, this is energy coming into place about something that feels really exciting, a plan, a project. We're starting to really get our feet under us here. we're moving out of the primordial soup in the Four of Wands. You know that energy of the primordial soup energetically, where you're just like, I feel this thing and it's this and it's this and where's it gonna go? This, we start to see where it's gonna go. You gotta call that in. And as it pertains to energy, I'm bleeding into the pentacles here a little bit, but like there's something that's like, are we sleeping? Are we sleeping? Do we have time? Are we just calling in something that there's no structure for? Energetic structure matters. Get your energy in order the week of the 9th. And my Yoga Nidra is going to help if you're in Alameda. The week of the 16th. Okay, you better work. Literally. The 8 of Pentacles. We started with hope. We got our structure in place, and now we're putting in the work. Practice makes perfect in the 8 of Pentacles. And this, again, is the tangible, our resources. We are chipping away at it. We are not in a rush, but we do need to. And I also love, remember, the 7 was with us at the beginning. Can I trust it? Do I have the abundance? The 8 is like, yeah, I do. And so I know that I can continue putting in the work every single day that is being asked of me. And I already have the hope. It really doesn't want to focus on this card. I'm trying. I've already got the hope as a baseline. I've got my energetic structure so that I can do this. And then you're going to do it. And you're not going to complain about it. You're going to work hard. And it's going to be worth it. The week of the 16th. The week of the 23rd. What do we have here? Okay, Pentacles time. Pentacles. Oh, I'm getting excited. My neck is getting red. We have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. So the week of the 16th, maybe we'll be doing a little bit too much. And then actually, I don't think that's true. What I really think is the 16th energetically is the time to put the pedal to the metal and make it happen. Pedal to the metal was not the right phrase. It's the week to chip away at it. We're not spazzing. We're not going crazy. We're not, it's quality and quantity, the week of the 16th. And then the next week, after we've done quality and quantity, the 2 of Pentacles reversed. The 2 is very much, we're busy, booked, blessed. We've got all the plates spinning in the air. And in the reversal, I think we just need honestly, we need a break after the 16th. So the week of the 23rd, do what you can. That's actually going to be a week that is wrapping up with a full moon. And full moons, if I know anything about full moons, they can be a lot. Big buildup. So this is not the week, again, we're on the week the 23rd. This is not the week to, if we're spinning plates, to just drop them all and break every one of them, but we're going to take some of the plates down. We're going to pare it down. We are still booked and blessed, but in the reverse, I think there could be this underlying feeling of we're not in choice. So we are going to be an active participant in our lives and our abundance and our working towards all of our things and our projects. And we're going to be an active participant in the plates that we're spinning in the air. We're going to decide. The 2 is the reversal, the way I'm feeling it, is asking us to just make a decision. It's not saying we don't ever get to spin those plates again. We're going to be in choice, a little more selective with it. And then we have a couple little bonus days, Sunday the 30th and Monday the 31st. What are we doing here? Okay, we are doing the 7 of Cups reversed. I love it. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. The 7s, as I mentioned, there's a layer of figuring out the truth of the situation. And the 7 of Cups is a card that's a little daydreamy. You can see, oh God, I just love this deck so much. They're drowning in the ideas. They're drowning in the options. There's all these cups and anything's possible. And maybe they're reaching one more. What's my next dream? I can also do this. But then also maybe what about, and I thought about, and I could also, but what if and we're literally lost in the sauce in the 7 of Cups. And so in the reverse, I'm feeling we may have that underlying moment, right? We'll be hot off of that full moon. There was a lot of really good work and energy happening here with the cards in the month of August. And so at the end, there might be a tendency to feel a little bit like, what's next? Ah. a little untethered, a little lost in the daydream of it all. When the 7 of Cups comes up, I often say you can have it all, just not all at once. And I do think I'm especially feeling that with the sort of official last full week of August being the 2 of Pentacles reversed. The last little bit of August, remember you can have it all, just not all at once. That doesn't mean not everything, that doesn't mean anything goes to waste. Does that make sense? We're not breaking the plates. We're just choosing which ones we're spinning. And then we're also not going to sort of cups our emotions. We're not going to emotionally spiral when we choose to set down. Oh my gosh, but now I can't. Oh my gosh, but now and then I've lost it. Stop. You're just being in choice. Discernment is not the ending of a dream. Discernment does not take away your possibilities. Okay. I'm loving this for August. How much fun are we about to have? So much. And because I can't help myself, I just love the Take Good Care Oracle deck. We're going to get a final little pull here. Oh, you are nature. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Touch some grass. Touch some grass. And with all these big energies are coming up and flowing through us, and we're driven, right? There's a lot of drive in August. Remembering it's all connected. So hippy dippy. I love it. It's so true. It's so important. You are nature. You are that tree. That tree is you. You are the river and the waters and all of that. You are the earth. Take care of you. Take care of the earth. Spend time in nature. Remembering the interconnectedness of it all is huge. It's totally huge. I know I highlighted a specific event this month. I have so many more events. Stay tuned on my website. If you liked what we talked about today and you want individualized guidance, you know where to find me. I do one-on-one sessions, parties, and like I said, I have all sorts of events coming up, and that will be live on my website soon. Have a beautiful August. I'm just so excited to hear if and how this resonates. Send me a message, leave me a comment. All right, we'll be back next month, but have a beautiful August. Thanks for watching.